Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I have another D&D collaboration with ImNotAllexx, aka Altogeon, or aka Lachlan, whatever he wants to call himself or whatever you follow him on. He has a couple of different names. So I did a video previously with Lachlan where I drew another of his characters, Illuma, and I will leave a link to that in the description below and in a card up above, so you can go and check that one out if you haven't seen that one. But he asked me to draw another one of his characters and I said yes. So this is his character. It is more sci-fi D&D and he's going to tell you a little bit more about it in a minute, but I'm just doing it with my markers. I have missed using my markers because I haven't used them for a while because I'm doing a bit more digital stuff and painting, etc. So I'm back with my markers. A lot of them do need refilling, I noticed, and I do need to get around to doing that, but I did really enjoy using them. I'm using a mixture, partly because they need refilling, so I've got some Copics, some Spectrum Noir, and some Pro markers as well, and I am using Bristol board, and I also use my Unipin liner to ink it over a sketch over my lightbox because I did the sketch on a separate piece of paper, because you know me, I don't use sketchbooks. But before I talk a bit more about my process, I'm going to introduce Lachlan, who is going to talk about his character and explain a little bit more what the game is and how he made his character. So over to Lachlan.
Hello there everyone, I'm Lachlan, also known as ImNotAllexx or Altogeon if you follow me on the social sphere. Thanks again to Katie for drawing another one of my D&D characters and having me once again on her channel. It is an absolute pleasure to be here, and thank you very much for allowing me that pleasure to be on your channel. So this character today is another Dungeons and Dragons character, except it's more based on a roleplay system called Starfinder, which is kind of similar to Dungeons and Dragons, just with different rules and techniques. And also the main difference is where Dungeons and Dragons is more fantasy medieval style roleplay, this one is based more in the sci-fi realm, so similar to Star Wars or Star Trek for those that like that type of stuff. So this young chap right here, his name is Asher Gubernator. He's a young human male growing up in the main central world of Starfinder. As the son of an engineer, he grew up around a lot of machines and machinery, so he began to become quite an accomplished mechanic. And this is just what he loved doing, so he would accompany his father to different worlds and fix things up for people. Sadly, when he was not too old, his father did pass away, leaving him in the care of his father's close friend. He also had inherited the shop that his father and him had run. Feeling like he didn't deserve the shop just yet, he allowed his father's friend to take sole possession of the shop until he felt he was able to take over it. When he got old enough, he took his father's ship that was now his and began doing a bit of an illicit side business. He ended up getting into fixing things for not the nicest of people like on the black market or criminals. This was how he ended up getting in a scenario where he got kidnapped by a group of space goblins and getting attacked by a cyborg militia. This scenario, however, did have some silver linings as he met his now good friend Marcus. The two of them fought their way out of the goblin gang together, and there's something about fighting for your life with some random that kind of bonds you as friends, and the two became quite fast friends. Now, I haven't played much of this character, he's only just started his adventure, so there's not much I can tell you about him other than that. However, I can also mention that little droid that is on his shoulder. His designation is PAWU or PAWU. He's also, if you pull it out, it's called Poorly Armored, Well Utilized. He's a little droid based off a droid from Star Wars Battlefront 2 and is one of the most vital assets to Ash's loadout that you see right there. Thank you again to Katie for allowing me to come on her channel, and I really appreciate it a lot. I hope you all have a good day, and yeah, enjoy the piece.
Thank you so much for telling us about your character, Lachlan. I'm going to leave all of Lachlan's socials in the description down below. He has a YouTube channel and he live streams on Twitch, so do go and check him out. His streams are really, really fun. But now I'm going to talk a little bit about the process of this piece. First of all, I did the background, and I wasn't really sure how to do the background because it was sci-fi and I've not really done too much D&D art before, so I did the same as I did last time, and I did a galaxy, but this time instead of completely blue, I did a more pinky purple blue galaxy, and I think this worked really well. What I did is I started with the indigo blue. I didn't actually use Prussian blue in this video. I think this is the first piece I've ever done with markers where I haven't used Prussian blue, and I think I need to go and sit down for a moment just to process this information. But I used the indigo blue pro marker, which is quite similar anyway, and then I can't remember the name of it, but it's a blue purple Copic to make it a little bit darker and a bit richer, and then a bright pink and also a bit of a lighter pink as well in the very lighter parts of the galaxy. And then I went over the top with a colourless blender, which was mainly to do some small circles which acted as stars and gave it a bit more of a blendy feel. And then I used my white gel pen on top to add the stars, and I put some white in the middle of the circles I'd made with the colourless blender. And the colourless blender is great for that. It does lift the colour and it does make things look a little bit blurred, and I think it worked really well for the background. Then I did the character just standing up in a pose with his rig, which is kind of like, I'm not really sure how to describe it. It's like an all-purpose thing that he uses, an all-purpose tool, that is the word. And his outfit, and I read the description that Lachlan gave me, and I did his little droid and his little symbol on his shoulder, and I used my markers to colour it in again. And I started off with the dark grey. I think it was C8, cool grey number 8, so it's quite dark, and then I added some different types of greys, and then I added a lilac, I think it was LV, which is from the Spectrum Noir range, to give it a bit more of a browny purple tint to the clothing. And then I used my white polychromos to get a bit of the light onto the outfit rather than using too much white gel pen, although I did use white gel pen. And I also used a couple of Artistro pens. I used the white paint pen and I used a bronze metallic pen just to add some metallic onto his shoulder and onto the circle on his chest. And I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I'm really enjoying doing some Dungeons & Dragons art, although this isn't quite the same as Dungeons & Dragons. It's the same kind of concept, and I really enjoyed it, and I am looking for more D&D characters to create. So if you're a D&D player and you're subscribed to my channel, let me know in the comments below, because I would love to try drawing some more D&D characters. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Katie. I make art videos, I do challenges, speed paints, product reviews, all the type of thing you would expect from an art channel. I also have my own little mouse character called Charlie, and there is a playlist of him on my channel, so do go and have a look. If you like this video, do feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I don't have a proper upload schedule. I just upload when I want to. And if you like this video, emotionally, please do leave it a like down below, as that really does help me out. But yeah, that's really all I have to say for this piece, and thank you so much to Lachlan for doing a voiceover for me, because I really don't like doing voiceovers, and I think it's better to have different people for you to listen to rather than just me rambling for about 10 to 15 minutes. So I think it's mixed it up a little bit, so thank you very much, and I'm really pleased with how this piece turned out. I hope you like it, and that is all for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now!